Hello everyone, welcome. This is part 2 of the Enchanted color along. So this is Enchanted by Marjoriesarnat, her newest one from Creative Haven. And we are working on the tree. I started this page in Black Widows and I'm going to continue it in Black Widows. So I did a little bit on the tree, but there was a few people that wanted to see a little more of the tree done. So I did kind of a compromise. I'm going to work on it a little bit and then I will do some of the background. Now you will see I have put green in up here and right here, and there's a yellow right here. That was just kind of showing you how the background's going to look without you having to watch me put in all the layers and dodge all the leaves. But I will go back over and show you the colors and everything I used for that. So let me grab my browns real quick. Got mixed up. Okay, so again, here are my browns. I did dark chocolate, mahogany, dark tan, and fawn, and so those will be our tree colors. And then if you are doing widows, I used Irish green as my dark, green slime, peppermint, and milk. So those will be my background colors. I do have them swatched. If you need them, you can take a screenshot of that. And then also I will post a whip in my Facebook group and Instagram, so if you need to look at it to see where I put my darks and highlights, if that helps you, you can do that as well. So I'm going to pull you down a little and then we will finish off this tree and work on the background. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull my browns and then I'm going to work the same pattern. So you can see I kind of put a dark in here. We have another one of those dark ruts in the tree. I'm going to sharpen this a little. So this is my dark chocolate. And again, just kind of another one of these hearts in the tree. So I'm making the inside look darker. Okay, mahogany comes next. And I'm not putting a huge layer of that because I don't want the whole thing to be dark. I do want a nice little highlight. Okay, dark tan comes next. And I'm not going to put any fawn in the middle of that just because it is kind of like a indent in the tree there. Okay, so now I stopped up here with this color. So I'm going to go ahead and finish it up. I'm going to put dark chocolate right around this rope, give it a little shadow. That was not dark chocolate. There we go, give it a little shadow around this rope here. Okay, and then just filling in the white spaces that got missed a little bit. Depending on the color you're going for, I'm going to blend these out just a little more, just like that. Okay, so I'll do another little section right here. Mahogany. And I'm going to leave this section pretty dark. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Oh. Excuse me. Every time I record, I get the sneezes. Maybe it's something at my desk. Maybe I need to clean my desk. Okay. So just creating a little highlight right here. This is just personal preference, but being I have some dark here and a lot of shadows, I felt like this would be a good place to kind of insert a little highlight. I'm just trying to keep my colors built up here. See, I started out with a big highlight and then as I go it gets smaller and smaller. That's kind of what I'm going for. Okay. Now I have a runny nose, of course. Okay, fawn. I'm going to make sure I fix this nice bright highlight right here. I do want this one to stay pretty bright because it is on the edge of the tree. I am going to add a little dark right here, like this one is kind of coming out from the back side. Other than that, I'm going to leave the rest of that pretty dark. So I'm just kind of alternating my dark browns right here. And again, this will come out to be more personal preference. You'll decide what you like and what highlights you like. The main thing is when you're looking at it, just to make sure you know that this branch isn't all dark and this one all highlights. As long as you have them evenly spread out so the eye isn't drawn to one specific area. Okay, so I'm going to pull my dark tan here, and this is just because it's kind of my blending color. So, I'm not going to worry too much about highlights once I get down here around this, because this is going to shadow our tree anyway. But I am still going to keep with my details and put a shadow around this flower. There's a darker line there, so I'll keep that area darker. And there's a darker line here. Okay, and then I'm just kind of shadowing this, and then I'll take my little eraser, come back and fix those fine details I kind of colored over a little on accident. Okay, and this is just darkening around the door. I'm sorry if you can hear that humming noise. I have no idea what it is. I don't know if it's somebody vacuuming or what. It just randomly started, but hopefully it's not too loud. Okay. So again, just randomly picking a couple places I want to keep my highlights here. This part is kind of the tedious part. That's why I said I would do part of it, and then I can post it if you need it to follow along with highlights, because it does take a bit to get this done. And still have it looking right here. Okay, and that's where the dark tan is going to come in and blend with the fawn. So I know it looks kind of chaotic when I'm coloring it because I'm switching pencils a whole lot. But the main thing is to start dark and build up in your pattern to your lightest color. Okay, you can see a couple spots will need a little touch up. Other than that, I am going to roll with it like that, I think. Okay, I'm going to come and add a couple. I want to keep all three of my colors in all parts, four of my colors, I guess I should say, in all parts of my tree. So I want to make sure I get this color over here somewhere. Okay, and then I will blend that up. Okay, so that is going to be the tree. Now I'm going to pull up here and do a little of the background so you can kind of see what I'm going to do. So I measured, you don't have to get this exact with it, but I measured just out of curiosity. So from the bottom to the top, and I marked about halfway with my lightest color so that when I was building my colors in and going downwards, I would know where the middle is. Now you can eyeball it, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure with the amount of colors I had that it was going to line up. Okay, so now I'm going to do green slime. I'm just going to kind of work down this I'm gonna add a little there so it's not like has something to blend with there. So I also, you will notice, oh man, I've never broke a widow. That's weird. Also, I did a green sky. Now you can do blue. Just in my mind when I was picking colors, sorry about the noise. I was gonna hand sharpen, but it doesn't seem to like that. Okay. When I was picking colors, I really liked this faded look I wanted to do, and I thought maybe green would go better if I did a more fallish kind of leaf pattern, being it's fall. So if you are doing a blue sky, go for it. I just decided green would be, and it might make it look like part of the trees up here, but I'm gonna work with it anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this green down, and see, I work my way down the side first so that I have that kind of visual of how far it's gonna come down. Because this is, I have 4 colors here, so this will be my lightest color that blends into this yellow right here. So I can go through and just kind of mark it, make a map here, if you will. And then I can go through and take my time and put my colors in nice. So these are gonna blend right here. Make sure I get along my tree. And so I'm gonna do the same exact thing at the bottom because I want just one yellow streak down the middle here. So just kind of pulling this color across a little. So at the bottom down here, get down. Oh, sorry. Cat. I'm gonna darken. Oh, throwing things. I'm gonna darken this. This is gonna be my darkest green. Right up against this tree. So we're working on a gradient is what we're doing. We are gonna do a gradient for the sky. Or background, whatever it may be. Okay, so going dark, marking my dark. So I know all this will be dark. Making sure it's even, so if you need to, take your ruler. Yep, that looks fairly even. Right here we're going to have a little, just because we're starting to blend it with our next color. Want to leave room to blend. Okay, and then we take that green slime and we do the same thing. Now your colors have to be compatible. You can't just pick any colors and blend them together and get a smooth gradient. They have to be close to each other. The important things with gradients is you're only moving up by a couple shades at a time. And that's kind of why they take so long, because you can't just go orange, red, blue, purple. You really need to go red, red, orange, orange, yellow, that kind of thing. Take the steps in between. Okay, so just pulling that up a little, blending in here. Got the leaf a little again. I'm good at that. Thank goodness for erasers. Okay, so again, pull that, and then you will see that if I stop my color right here, this section will be the light green, and I think that's about perfect. So I'm going to mark just a little so I can see myself. This is just how I like to do it. If you have a way, go for it. I just go for easy. Okay, so we have this yellow color that's going to blend, I hope. Picked a light enough color. I didn't have an actual yellow in Widows, and I told myself I was going to try to do this whole page in Widows. So we will see how it goes. Just making sure that they blend. Now the only other thing you want to try to do to get your background to look even is if your dark is 1 ruler thick up here, you want to make sure it's 1 ruler thick down here, or close to. You don't want this one huge down here and tiny up here. It'll throw off the feel of that effect we're trying to go for. I can see where this is gonna need blended a little better. And so that is how I'm going to do the background. So now we should have tree and background in. In the next video, we will have the fun parts. All the little stuff that makes her pages look intimidating. I usually try to get the backgrounds done first. It helps break it up a little, but depending on the page. I feel like the tree was a little intimidating in this one, so it was good to get the tree done first. Okay, so there is our gradient. Now this will look a little more when I actually get my green put in nicely down here at the bottom. Now this all of a sudden doesn't have a line for the branch. I'm not sure why that is. And then these swirls, I haven't decided if I just want to blend in to tone down the chaos of the page or if I want to color them separate and bring in like a gold accent. So I'm leaving them for now because I can always come back and color over them with the dark green if I need to. But that is going to be our gradient blend. Fairly simple, but still effective, which I like. Getting in between those leaves, I will have to make sure I do these leaves a different color, obviously. I was thinking more of like a reddish brown or maybe a yellow gold anyway, because I wanted a fall palette, but okay, just kind of working my colors layer by layer here. Okay, just making sure everything blends smoothly. Again, I'm kind of bouncing pencils because I see spots I forgot. This spot right here bothers me as well, so I might just go ahead and draw that in myself. So that spot should be brown. That's how I'm doing mine anyway. I'm not sure if a line just got missed or what, but okay, just kind of touching up my tree while I'm over here, so this way this section will be finished. And we can kind of see how it's going to look when we get everything else in. Just quickly. And then I will come in with, I have a little eraser to use, but I didn't swap batteries in it yet before I started. So I'm going to quickly use this one just to show you. Widow Surprise erase surprisingly well. I do like that about them. Okay, and then there's another spot of dark green I missed right there. Alright. So again, I'm going to take my ruler, and I have yellow all the way down to here. So I'm just going to kind of mark it so that I know this color is really hard to see, but I promise you it's there. It was just the best I had in Widows. So this is the peppermint, so this is my lightest green. I'm not sure why I have a dark spot right there. Okay, filling that back in with peppermint. Oh, apparently it's on my pencil. I love that. I'm gonna sharpen to get rid of a streak I have in my pencil out. Okay. So that is how we're gonna look once we get everything nice and blended. We'll take a couple going over to get all the blended and the lines out that you don't want to see, but it is worth it. I think that's going to be a super neat background. Okay, this spot right here still bothers me. I don't know why it's bothering me, but let's make sure everything over here is blended how we want it, nice and smooth. Okay, bringing up that peppermint. Now you could add white dots to this, you could do bokeh background. I just went kind of simple because it is a busy page, and I feel like if I add too much to the background, we're just adding to the chaos of this page. So I kept it kind of nice and simple. I'm bringing my peppermint up now. Again, trying to keep them somewhat the same thickness here, so going for about a ruler wide. This little guy is hiding in here. So I am going to darken the top of him a little, just because I still want him to look like he's part of the blend here. Okay, and I did bring the yellow up a little bit over here. That's just so that I wasn't trying to blend around this tree, basically. Around my teapots here. All right, next color up. Sorry about the slurping noise. My goodness. Okay, I'm not pressing hard because I'm going to come back over it. These take lots of layers anyway, so just putting it dark enough I can tell which color is which. Okay. Same with this tree up here. I'm going to just darken this section right here a little so our fade is following through. This one is mostly dark, so it lines up right here and matches where they start to fade to the next color. So I did this a little chaotic and out of order, but hopefully you can still get the effect. I do that to try to keep things even. I bounce around a little. In my mind, that's what works. I don't know if it really does, but in my mind. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to pull you out. Oops, sorry about the wiggling. Okay, so here is what we have so far. with our trees and our colors. When you come back the next time, we should have all this part done, and we will be on to the little details, the leaves and the gnomes and things. And then we will see how close. That might pretty close finish it off. So, but I will finish this section up and post it for anyone that needs to follow along with it. I know that's helpful, especially if you're learning things. Just kind of darkening up here real quick. Questions, comments, requests, anything like that, feel free to leave them down below. I will also leave the Facebook group link if you want to share your page or if you need to find mine. We'll also post it on Instagram. If you follow me there, same name. Everything is the same. All right. So yes, I hope you're having a great time with this, and I can't wait to see you for part 3.